Hello and welcome to my channel, The Flamenco Coach. I'm Belinda Ratamal, your flamenco coach. I'm here to help you learn how to dance flamenco easily. In today's video, we're going to be looking at what is the general structure of a baile. A baile in flamenco is a complete dance, such as one that you would see dancers performing in tablaos. So this would be to live music, a live guitar and live singer, and they usually take somewhere between 10-12 minutes all the way up into 20 minutes to dance. Why is it important for us to know about the structure of a baile? Well, we could just learn steps to music and leave it at that, but to be honest, it's not what flamenco is about, and it's not as much fun as when you know exactly what you're doing and why, because knowing what the structure is, what parts of the dance you're doing, helps you to connect more to the singing and the music. It helps to unlock the duende, and this is why we're drawn to flamenco in the first place, because it does have this depth and artistry to it. And flamenco is a conversation between the singer, the dancer, and the guitarist. So let's take a look at what a very basic structure for a baile looks like. I find it's helpful if we can keep things fairly simple as we get started and build up from there. So at its most basic, a baile will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning is called the Salida. The middle is composed of letras, a falseta, and an escobilla. And the ending is the Macho. At its core, you will see every flamenco baile for all of the palos has this general structure as its foundation: the beginning, the middle, and the end. What you will find is that there is a traditional structure for most palos, but not every dance will follow the structure traditionally. What you do need to know is that you must have an understanding of what the structure is before you can modify the structure. And the reason for that is if you don't know what the parts of the dance are, you're not going to know what's essential, what's optional, what can be mixed and matched. And this is why we need to learn what the structure of a flamenco baile is, so that when we are lucky enough to go out there and perform live, or even if it's just a recorded music, we know what we're doing, we know how we can vary our dancing, and we know how to be in the conversation with the singer and the guitarist. Let's now have a look at each of these in a little bit more detail. Salida, this means entrance. It also does mean exit, but in this case, it's the entrance. There are three parts to the Salida because of the fact we have three people in the flamenco trio. We've got the singer, dancer, and guitarist. It usually starts off with, traditionally, the Salida del guitarra. So the guitarist will start playing first, then the singer will come in with the Salida del cante. And after the singer has done his or her intro, this is when the dancer will start dancing, Salida del baile. Now, this isn't always the case. Sometimes you might see the dancer making his or her entrance during the Salida del cante or before, but I think most oftentimes and traditionally speaking, the order is guitarist, singer, then dancer. And this is your Salida, which makes up the beginning of the dance. Next up is the middle. Now, the middle has also three parts to it at a very basic level. And those three parts are Letra, Falseta, and Escobilla. The Letra is for the singer to shine. The Falseta is for the guitarist to shine. And the Escobilla is for the dancer to shine. Let's take a look at what each of these involve. The letra is for the singer to sing a verse of song, which is typical to the palo that is being played. Generally speaking, a letra is like a verse of song. There can also be like a little short tail to the letra as well, sometimes called a coletilla or estribillo, and that can be tagged on to the end of a letra to make it a little bit longer. Again, this is up to the singer and what they choose to do. At a bare minimum, you'll have one letra, usually two letras most of the time, but there can be 3 or 4 or however many letras that the performers are choosing to do. After the letras are done, this is time for the guitarist to play a falseta, and during the falseta, the singer is not singing at all. The dancer is also doing a lot of marcaje, so usually quiet dancing. However, he or she, the dancer, can still perform little remates throughout the falseta depending on the music and the melody, so it might fit with what the guitarist is playing, but for the most part it'll be quiet dancing, so no loud footwork or lengthy footwork. Because next becomes the dancer's time to shine, and that is the escobilla. So the escobilla is the long footwork section where the dancer does a lot of footwork. Here the guitarist will play the traditional escobilla melody according to the palo that's being played, and again there is no singing in this part, so the singer gets to take a rest for all of the falseta and all of the escobilla. This at the basic level is the middle of the dance. You've got your letras, the falseta and escobilla. That's usually the order it goes in, traditionally speaking, but it can also be mixed and matched. There might be 1 or 2 falsetas, 1 or 2 escobillas, and it can be interchanged. So that's where improvisation comes into play, and the dancer and the singer and the guitarist have codes in order to tell each other while they're on stage what they would like each other to do. And lastly, we have the ending, which is called the macho. Now the macho is a fast tempo, so in the 12 count rhythms such as alegrias or soleá, the macho will be in the tempo of bulerías. And in 4 count dances such as tarantos or tiantos, the macho will be in the tempo of tangos. What the macho does is it just culminates the ending of the dance in a nice fast way, so that there's lots of excitement, there's been a build up to it, and the dancer is dancing his or her heart out, the guitarist is playing his or her heart out, and the singer's also doing the same thing. Once the macho is done, usually what happens next is the dancer will exit off stage dancing, and for this section it's called the estribillo, where the singer will sing an ending chorus and the guitarist will play the specific melody that goes along with the estribillo as the dancer moves off stage and dances to finish off the side of the stage or back on the chair, or however the dancer's choosing to finish. That's what the ending is made up of, the macho and the estribillos. The estribillo is optional, but traditionally speaking, you will generally see the macho and then the estribillo to finish off. Now this is just a very simplified version of the structure of a baile. There are of course a few other little bits and pieces and details that can go into making up a structure, and also for various palos there can be nuances as well. This video, however, is just to talk about the basics, to give you the beginning understandings of it all, and I would rather delve into all the details and nuances of other palos in some future videos. If that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you like this video, hit that thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it, and I'll totally make some more. Until next time, bye!